Hello everyone, KosakChess here, and welcome everyone on the recap of round number 6, where I faced the Indian FIDE master Sahib Singh, and don't be mistaken, because he is the lowest rated opponent in this tournament, but he is the current leader of the tournament. Out of 5 rounds, he managed to get 4 points, uh, winning 3 games in a row. So, to be honest, I knew that we are going to have a big clash, because of the fact I lost yesterday. I really want to bounce back. So I knew that I'm fighting for a full stake. I don't have a place. I don't have a space to make mistakes. Um, and that's why I have chosen a little bit more aggressive opening. Again, I faced the move e4, and in 2 recent rounds where I played black, I played the Caracan c6. But today, this pawn moved even further, c5. So the Sicilian defense, knight f3, d6, d4, c takes d4, knight d4, knight f6, knight c3, and a6. So we have the knight door variation. um, this is, of course, the most popular variation in Sicilian, and it's really theoretical. So White for sure have many lines where they know the theory till the move number 30, number 40, or something, because it's really well known opening. But Black definitely can put a lot of hopes to to look for a fight, to look for a win in this opening. So that's why I decided to not play Caracan, because maybe some exchange variation, maybe something similar like happened in the round number 4. Not today, not today. I was ready for the fight. It doesn't mean that I'm not ready for the fight in the Caracan, but Sicilian defense in general uh, leads to more dynamic positions. Bishop e3, e5, and knight f3. I expected this move. He played it almost every single time where he faced neither. Bishop e7, bishop c4, castle, castle, and the move knight c6, which I prepared before the game. Uh, my preparation wasn't that special, wasn't that wide, because maybe I spent, if we sum up all the time I spent repeating the repeating variations, maybe half an hour. Um, we decided, me and Sparuman, to after tough yesterday's day, to go to one of the Greek beach, and just to chill a little bit before the game. Take some energy from the sun. We just today wanted to chill, so I spent at least half an hour to repeat all these variations, and um, I know that knight c6 could be even a surprise, because as I remember, I have in my own database the move bishop e6. Pardon, bishop b3. He also played this move. You can see 134 on his clock, so he was stealing his files. But I also knew that he played bishop b3 and I played h6. The idea is to just wait, because in some positions, white want to go bishop g5, take on f6, and use the nice outpost on d5 for the knight. So h6 just stops all these ideas. And I know that knight h4 is the main move there if you play bishop b3, and the idea is to play knight a5, attack the bishop, and knight g6. And we might get some. Uh, it looks complicated, but uh, the position simplifies a little bit, and there are no complications at all. But if I play bishop e6 and just normally develop pieces, I am perfectly fine there. But he played h3 after several seconds of thinking, and on this game I had one purpose. As I told yesterday, If you didn't see the analysis, uh, please please do it if you want, um, because I told about one important factor which I forgot during the whole tournament, and it was the time management. Because my time management was really poor. Uh, in all of my games. In all of my games. Maybe I didn't mention that on the first rounds of this tournament. Uh, but when I faced this yesterday, fatality, uh, I just knew that I was making a lot of blunders by playing slow. So today I just wanted to play quicker, much quicker than usual, and don't think about anything stupid, calculating some long variations which will never happen in the game, just to play normal chess. Knight a5, so the typical idea in this variation. That's why I played the move knight c6 in the opening to have this knight a5 idea in the air. And he played the move bishop d5. So the move I don't really recall. In general, White wants to play something like the move queen e2, intending rook d1. Knight d5 is in the air. And there are some ideas that if I take on b3, a b3, I have to prepare the move b5 because after the move b5 there's knight b5 and I'm losing a pawn due to thanks to the pin. So in some variations I can even play something like queen e8 to cover the b5 square, although it's still unprotected. But well, if he plays rook d1 b5, there is still knight b5. But there are some ideas. At least knight d5 is not the threat yet. But bishop d5 surprised me. But I well because he played the move bishop c4, bishop b3, and bishop d5. So it looked. I'm sorry, I don't know what's happening to me. I am coughing all the time. It's really annoying. Uh, the bishop moved 3 times, so I wasn't that afraid of that. Normal development bishop e6 and b3. I think it's pretty okay to play b3 because it stops knight c4 move, but I develop a rook. Knight a4, and I saw this move. It was probably his whole idea to put one of the pieces on b6. But after 2 minutes of thinking, I played the move b5 because I realized that if he jumps on b6 with the knight after rook b8, this knight is a little bit trapped. Although he can play something like queen d2, rook b6, and queen a5. But if I just escape on b8, he can take the pawn on a6, but I recapture on d5, and I have bishop pair, amazing bishop, beautiful position, and this queen is a little bit misplaced. And after bishop b6, which happened in the game, I played the move queen e8, a really important move. Why not queen d7? We will see. We will see in the near future. He took the knight, b takes a4, and played the move c4, so which he creates a nice pawn chain, and he strengthens the bishop on d5. If he takes the on e6, f e6, I target the e4 pawn. I have the open file for my rook. The position is perfect, and this bishop on a5 is a little bit misplaced. I can even play sometimes queen c6 and attack both of these pawns. So c4 made a perfect sense for me. Knight takes d5, so bishop pair and bishop d7. My pieces now look a little bit passive. Well, they are placed on 8th and the 7th rank. But when the pawn on e4 disappeared from the board, I knew that I can create some, maybe not counterplay, but I can create some play on the king side. So my pieces are a little bit passive, but if I open my position, the pair of bishops should give me some advantage. He played the move rook e1, so putting the rook in front of the queen makes perfect sense. And I just needed to be sure if he can't really attack my center. I played the move f5, but I need to be cautious by playing this move. And I spent 5 minutes by playing f5 because if he can do something to open the e file for the rook, I am just losing. If after c5, for some reason, I have to take with the pawn, after knight d5 with this rook, if the position opens with the knight on e5 and with the rook on e1, and when my pieces are so passive, I'm just lost. But after c5, I can just take on c5 and and nothing bad happens. So I played the move f5. He played the move rook c1, so developing a rook. In the game, I thought that maybe bishop b4 might be more problematic because something like c5 might be in the air, but I would play e4 anyways, like happened in the game. So he developed a rook, e4. Sorry, first I took on b3. You can see that I'm playing quick, so appreciate that, please. A b3 to because this pawn is a weakness. It doesn't do nothing. So if I exchange it and I make this pawn chain smaller, well, it doesn't make any difference, but it's helpful. E4, knight d4, and queen g6. So now I put the queen on the king side, and I want to push f4, f3, and the pawn on e4 is protected, which is what's really important. Uh, he played the move knight c6 there. So yeah, some Indian tactic. Indian tactics. If I take the bishop, dc6, rook c6. Oops. Oh, maybe the queen doesn't go like this, but yeah, I'm losing a rook. And additionally, I'm not only losing a rook, but after bishop c6, dc6, if I don't care, I lost the bishop who has the potential to be my uh, to be my support in the attack. So after knight c6, I play the move bishop h4 to escape with the bishop and additionally to put the bishop closer to the king side, to the king. And it turns out that white is really struggling there because there is a move f4 and f3. If he plays king h2, I have the move f4. Maybe I'm not threatening anything right now because I can't move the bishop because of knight d7 check, but rook e8. I have two beautiful rooks just behind my pawns, and I want to play f3. I can take on f2. If he plays queen c2, then I have rook e8. If he makes some random move, I can play f3 without any calculation. It should be something like a mate. It should be something like a mate. So I don't even know where he made a mistake, to be honest, because he was making quite a normal moves. But I also made the normal moves, and now I think I'm on the verge of the even winning. Really? Because f4 is the move. If he plays queen c2 after f4, queen e4, okay, no problem. I play rook e8 and f4 next. And additionally, this rook protects the e7 square, so I don't have to be afraid of the fork. If he plays c5, oh, some scary things. I play f4, cd6, bishop h3. There's a mate. So, you know, he was desperate and played the move f4. So again, some nice trick because I can't take the rook first because knight e7. Watch out for this. So I have to take the knight, take the rook, queen d5, king h7, rook e1, and queen g3. And we have the move number 27. So we play 27 moves. We are 13 moves before the time control, and I have an hour and 1 minute. As you can remember the previous game, I had 2 minutes in such moment, okay? So I am happy that I played quicker and maybe we will check it with the engine, but maybe even played more accurate with more self-confidence. It's yes, I am obviously I'm happy. Queen g3, nice move because it attacks this, and this. Rook is of course protected by the bishop, but if he protects the pawn on b4, now the rook is unprotected. So he played the move rook b1. And this is the thing. This is the thing. If in this position I would play the same moves, but having 60 minutes, 60, yeah, 60, 60 minutes less than now, I would go into panic because there is a pawn on c6. It can go on c7. It might be really dangerous. Additionally, this pawn might be a free pawn if he plays b4, b5, b6, etc., etc. So I could panic. But now, if we have a critical position and we have a time to think, it's the best thing we can have there. Like with 1 minute on the clock, I would panic, and with 61 minutes on the clock, I can now calmly sit on the board, uh, and think without any problems, without any uh, scare that I will lose on time, I will blunder something. I took the pawn on f4. He played the move b4, which I expected, and I gave a check and played the move f4. You can see that queen protects the pawn, the rook protects the f5 square, so I can't get a check. And I played the move f4 to open the position of his king. So he plays the move b5, queen g3. I can't play f3 probably, but after rook e1, queen f4, g3, apparently he defended from all the checks, and I might lose a pawn, although it still should be totally winning position. But I believe that queen g3 is more accurate. King g1. I thought that he will go for king h1, f3, queen e4, and king h8. Now the mate is in the air. He has to protect it somehow. I believe queen c2 is the most accurate move because if he plays rook g1, I have rook e8, and rooks are just launching to the attack. But after queen c2, I wanted to anyway play rook e8, threatening rook e2, and after rook f1, I think I have even f2 and rook e1 in the air. So yeah, that's how I would play this position. But he played the move king g1 and the move f3. So yes, I'm threatening a mate. If he takes the pawn on e4, I have the move king h8. So the very plays safe for the king. He can't get any check, and also he's opening a potential e5 for my rook. Uh, and after the move rook b2, I just playing rook e8, and let's say queen g4. I have even check on d3. Rook e1. What am I talking about? It's just rook e1, and it wins. Of course, queen d3 also wins. Everything wins. Who cares? He played there with rook b2, and now I calculated a line which simplifies the position and additionally launches the last piece, which doesn't take direct part, which doesn't take part into my attack. I played the move f2, king f1, queen g2, sacrificing the queen, but promoting a new one. Playing rook f2, exchanging one pair of rooks. I gave a not multiple, but I gave several checks in order to protect the pawn. And now if the pawn is protected, so we can take it with the check, now I play the move rook f8, and rook f1 is the threat of checkmate. He played the move bishop b6, and after rook f1, he has the move bishop g1, so he protected from the mate. And at first glance, I couldn't see uh, this final strike. But after queen f3, king h2, I played the move rook e1, and it was the last move in the position because rook e2 is unevatable, so he resigned. 1 hour and 90 minutes. What a progress I made. I am maybe, of course, as I have told you, maybe it's uh, maybe it would be selfish. Maybe it would be selfish, but as I told you in the previous round, I know that I can play chess on a decent level, really. And this game is a great example that I am playing against Indian junior guy who is having a great tournament. He's having 4 points out of 5. He's the leader of the tournament, although he's 16 years old, and he's crushing GMs, IMs, and when he faces me, he well, maybe he had a bad day. Of course, like there are many things that can cause something like this, but you know I know that I can play chess, and I am happy. Maybe the engine would be would disagree with me, but guys, I am honest with you. I am just insanely happy that I played this game. Let's check the game with the engine right now. So give me a second, please. Now you should probably see it. Yes, now you see it. Okay. So you see it. E4, C5, knight f3, D6, D4. So the theory, blah 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 blah. We don't care about the theory. Bishop B3, H6, H3. Okay, already equal position. And Bishop D5 is okay. Bishop E6 is okay. And B3 already is inaccuracy, let's say. Yeah, because it weakens the C3 knight. So if I attack it, it has to move. If he doesn't move, I play Queen C7 and make an additional pressure. Mm, what he could play against Queen D3. But after Queen D3, I play anywhere Rook C8 and maybe B5 in the air. So normal chess. Uh, but he played B3, Rook C8, Knight A4, B5 the first line, Bishop B6, Queen E8 the first line. Okay, taking the knight, B4, C4, Bishop D7 first. Oh no, Knight D5 is okay, E D5, and Bishop D7 to prepare the move F5. So I played the move f5, rook c1, ab3, ab3. Okay, queen g6 first, but okay, I think e4 is okay. Knight d4, and queen g f4. Yeah, I saw the move f4, but I thought that after f4 I would have a free pawn, so I can continue the game normally, like maybe playing king h7, rook e8, bishop h4, etc., etc. Although now he can uh, create some passer on the king on the queen side. But f4 is obviously much better to yeah, it makes sense to stop my own f4. Okay, but he played the move knight c6. Wow, yeah, and bishop h4. So my intuition was right that in this position white is really struggling. If the move f4, if the move f4, which gives up the exchange, is the best move in this position, probably tells oh sorry probably it tells us that something went wrong. Yeah, after king h2 there is just move f4 -3 with the equal material. So he played the move f4, taking on c6, taking on e1, queen d5, king h7, rook e1, queen g3 the only move, but okay, it wasn't that hard to spot. Rook b1, taking the pawn is okay. b4, queen e3, king h2, f4, okay. b5, check, king g1, f3, rook b2, f2, king f1, queen g2, king g2, f1 queen, king h2, rook f2. I can't stop smiling because it's insane. Rook f8. Rook f1 is not the best. Rook f3. Aha, okay, rook f3 and rook h3. But I played rook f1 and rook e1. Wow. I can't stop smiling because, well, I sometimes don't, a lot of times, I don't understand this game. Because if I don't think that deep, if I play just normally looking moves, without any hesitation, without any, without burning time, the people say that chess is for the people who like to think, who like to consider things, who like to, yeah, who like to spend time sitting on the chair and burning hours and hours and hours to analyze the position. But I played the best game in the tournament by just playing by hand, hour and 90 minutes. So what can I say? I am happy. I am just happy after this game. Of course, I still need to be I need to be careful. I need to be patient. There are still 3 rounds to go, so everything can happen in these 3 rounds. Everything. But I will let myself to be happy. Okay? In this evening, I will just be happy, and tomorrow we are still in the fighting spirit because there is still job to be done. Guys, yeah, thank you very much. Very accurate game. Very nice game by me. Sicilian defense, neither variation. My beloved variation. I used to play it a lot when I was a kid, and when I was smaller, it was like, you know, 10 years ago I started playing. No, even 12 years ago I started playing Nidorf, and yeah, yeah. Sometimes it feels good. It feels great. Thank you very much, guys, for joining me here, and yeah, see you in the next recap. Bye bye.